The silence of the deep woods is never truly empty. It's alive with subtle sounds. But when you're lost and starving, a new silence grows inside you, the quiet dread of hunger. Your body aches, but the real battle is in your mind. Survival training prepares us for cold, thirst, and danger, but rarely for the psychological war of starvation. Starvation doesn't just weaken your body, it erodes your ability to think, reason, and hope. The true enemy is within, dismantling your will and clarity. Many survival stories hinge not on strength or gear, but on mental resilience. The mind's collapse often comes before the body's. This journey explores what happens when the brain runs out of fuel and begins to turn on itself. We'll look at the science and real accounts from explorers and soldiers. This isn't to scare you, but to arm you. In survival, your sharpest tool is knowledge, especially self-knowledge. Recognizing the enemy within is the first step to overcoming it. The wilderness tests your skills, but starvation tests your mind. Understanding this internal struggle is essential bushcraft. The difference between survival and surrender often lies in the mind. Prepare for the psychological battle, not just the physical one, because in the end, survival is won or lost in your head. Your brain is a tiny organ with a massive appetite for glucose. When food is plentiful, your mind is sharp and spirits high, but when the food stops, the brain's supply chain breaks. Within a day, glucose runs out and your mind starts to falter. You feel irritable, foggy, and struggle to focus, early warning signs. In survival, even a small mental slip can be catastrophic. The body adapts by burning fat, producing ketones as emergency fuel. Ketosis keeps you alive, but it's not ideal. Your brain sputters on this backup. The world feels muffled, emotions run high, and frustration grows. The transition to ketones intensifies mental fog and emotional swings. Small setbacks feel overwhelming. The brain's emergency mode makes every task harder. You may snap over minor mistakes or feel despair over lost gear. This is the silent enemy gaining ground, your mind running on fumes. The danger isn't just physical, it's the slow erosion of judgment and control. Recognizing these changes is crucial for survival. The first cracks in your mental armor appear quickly. Survival is now a battle against your own biology. The sooner you adapt, the better your chances. The mind's decline is subtle but relentless. After days without food, the mental fog thickens. The brain sheds higher functions. Problem-solving, planning, creativity, even simple decisions become overwhelming. Working memory shrinks. You forget tasks mid-action. The brain conserves energy, focusing only on survival basics. Survivors describe this as a dreamlike, timeless state. Planning or acting becomes nearly impossible. The mind's protective shutdown is dangerous for survival. Every task feels monumental, every action a struggle. The connection between knowledge and action phrase. Starvation robs you of your clearest asset, your thinking mind. History's greatest survival ordeals reveal starvation's mental toll. In Leningrad's siege, diaries shifted from daily life to obsessive thoughts of food. Complex thinking vanished. Empathy and social bonds eroded. Starvation rewired the brain, reducing people to desperate animalistic states. The Franklin expedition's men, once disciplined sailors, made irrational choices, dragging silverware across the ice, abandoning essentials. Starvation and lead poisoning destroyed their judgment and logic. Training and equipment couldn't save minds betrayed by hunger. These stories show, when the brain starves, reason and humanity fade. The mind's collapse is predictable, devastating, and universal. No one is immune to the enemy within. As starvation deepens, the brain's primitive centers take over. The rational mind loses control to raw instincts. Fear, anger, hunger. Survivors become impulsive, risking everything for a bite. Obsession with food dominates every thought, pushing out all else. Hallucinations and fantasies about eating are common. Emotional swings intensify: rage, despair, paranoia. Cooperation breaks down, others become rivals for food. The world narrows to a single focus: food or not food. The rational human fades, replaced by a creature of instinct. Starvation hijacks your mind, making sound decisions nearly impossible. Recognizing this shift is vital to resist its pull. After the frenzy comes apathy, a quiet, deadly surrender. The will to live dims, motivation shuts down. Survivors may simply stop trying, refusing food or action. This isn't sadness, but a chemical shutdown of hope. In Nobi Twu camps, it was called Muselman's syndrome. People gave up, unresponsive and vacant. On lifeboats, some just lay down and waited for the end. Apathy is a death sentence in survival. It convinces you that effort is pointless, surrender is peace. Recognize this feeling as a symptom, not reality. Survival demands constant action. Apathy is the enemy. Fight the lie your starving brain tells you. Starvation creates a vicious cycle. Poor thinking leads to worse decisions, deepening your crisis. A small mistake, like misreading a compass, wastes energy and worsens your situation. Each error, driven by a foggy mind, makes survival harder. Apathy or impulsivity can cause you to neglect fire or risk injury. The brain's decline turns your greatest asset into a liability. To get food, you need clear thinking, but to think clearly, you need food. Breaking this cycle requires awareness, not just willpower. Recognize irrational thoughts and impulses as symptoms, not truth. Survival is about managing your mind as much as your body. The feedback loop is relentless, but knowledge can disrupt it. Awareness is your first defense. The survivors who endure starvation win the battle in their minds. They use routine and discipline to impose order on chaos. Simple schedules, checking snares, gathering wood, keep the mind engaged and apathy at bay. Self-care and small rituals reinforce identity and purpose. These acts declare, I am still human, not just an animal. Knowledge is the ultimate survival tool, not just of bushcraft, but of your own mind. Recognize irritability, confusion, and despair as symptoms, not reality. Distrust the urge to give up. It's a chemical lie. Detach from the brain's treacherous signals. This self-awareness is the light through the fog. Surviving starvation is the ultimate test of bushcraft. The real battle is within, and knowledge is your sharpest blade.